Hey lovelies, welcome back to Love Janelle. Today I will be doing a Walmart DIY clothing flip. I don't know what to call it. I just feel like everybody and their Uncle Winston are making DIYs out of these Walmart t-shirts, which I do want to do, but for this video today I'm going to be trying another item. I'll be switching it up and taking it back in time. Yes, I want to go back to the 90s. So if you're interested in seeing my Walmart DIY, stay tuned. So here are my Lee brand Riders mid-rise skirt I got for $5 in the clearance section. It's kind of a skirt. I think they're like skirts or shorts. They have these shorts things underneath, which I'm not going to need for this project. So what you want to do is just cut that short section out. It's very easy. I use a razor blade. You can use scissors, but we don't need that. You cut the tags off. We don't need that either. And then I went and got some pins and a bag to put in between the layers of the skirt because I'm going to be bleaching these. So we're going for a acid wash kind of 80s 90s look. So you're going to want to pin all four corners of the bag to your skirt and then prepare your bleach mixture. I did 2 parts bleach and 1 part water in this, and I did a very little amount to start with because I did not know how much I needed for this skirt. Practice your spray techniques before spraying it directly onto the skirt. I'm not looking for a stream, I'm looking for drips like acid rain. So then I start spraying it like this. If you're looking for the exact spray bottle, I got this from the Dollar Tree. Very inexpensive. Once you finish with that side, you turn it over and start to spray the other side. This was dyed denim, which I found out was very difficult to bleach. It took a lot longer than I was originally expecting. Again, I'm showing you closer up. I'm barely but squeezing that trigger, so I'm getting droplets as opposed to big streams of bleach. Now the only thing I was really missing with this project was a bit of patience. I left this out in the sun for about an hour and I wasn't sure why it wasn't changing much, because I know when I have bleach on my clothes accidentally, that thing seems to change right away. But that was an hour later. This is again, I sprayed it again, and this is a lot later on in the day, and I just kept doing that process over and over again, spraying droplets of bleach, leaving it in the sun. I started covering it towards the end and I realized it worked a lot faster. I then rinsed it out in the washing machine and voila, that's what I ended up with after about 2 days of bleaching. There are some areas that the bleach kind of ate through the material, but I like that it came out really well. It gave it some character. So that is my first project. It's an acid wash. It's my take on the acid wash jeans from the 80s and 90s. So the second project is the same skirt, just a different wash. I paid $5 for this from the clearance section too. It has shorts on it as well, and I'm going to keep the shorts on this time because it's not necessary to take it off. Now I'm going to have some fun with some paint with a Martin inspired kind of pop of color, like color blocking skirt. That's my inspiration, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going by how I felt. If I had this to do again, which I probably will, I would just paint the whole front section of this white, and then start doing my color blocking on top of it. All of this, you can ignore this. I'm suggesting just to paint it all white and then section out your sections afterwards. I'm still showing what I did, what the process was, but I'm not telling you to do this part exactly. So let me explain. What I was doing was lightening areas for me to put the light color paint on to the fabric, because I didn't want the jeans to eat the paint and the colors not come out as vibrant. But I didn't realize I needed to do that for the dark colors also, because as you can see, that purple basically disappeared. So I then had to go in over that purple with a white and then go back over it with purple again, so I had to correct it. Now the bottom part where I put the little yellow, I was trying to do a cute little polka dot pattern that we'll get back to that, you'll see. The small paintbrush wasn't working for me, so right there I was showing you, I just found a makeup brush that I hadn't opened yet. I didn't want to use my other brushes that I use on canvases, because this is fabric paint and I did not want to mess up my bristles. So then I'm just going with the colors that stand out to me. I don't want two similar colors next to each other, so when you're doing it, just try and separate the colors, the light ones and the darker ones. These are the little what are these little foam circles I got from the Dollar Tree. This whole color block was a disaster. I was trying to get too fancy and it didn't work. So that pink wasn't working for me, so I added a little white and a tiny bit of yellow and made this cute peach color. It didn't originally match the color scheme I was going with, but I ended up liking it at the end. You see the absolute fail with these little dots. I guess they were moving around when I was painting over them, so I just went in and painted over that section. We're just going to pretend that never happened. And I painted everything with the white underneath eventually. Now I'm going to go in with my black, because that's the theme of this color block. So it's gonna be the colors and a few of the patches I'm going to put little designs on. So these you can use a stencil. I was just using what I had on hand, because I didn't really go out of my way to get a lot of these things. I saw the skirts in Walmart and I just picked up some paints. All the other things I had for the most part, so we were just making it work. So I decided to use that section for the dots. I didn't want too many patterns right next to each other, at least, and not similar patterns to one another. So right here I'm gonna do some lines, diagonal lines across, just measuring it out with the tip of the pencil. I was just too lazy to get up and get a ruler. I would advise you use a ruler, just measure it out so you get nice, neat, straight lines. If you want, you can actually use tape for this section too, just to make sure your lines are nice and clean. I kind of wanted a comic book look to my design, so I wanted it cartoonesque, so that's what I did. Then I went over the embroidery with the black, and the only thing left for me to do right there was just add in my thick lines. I just used the width of the paintbrush and I went over it with one stroke and then filled them in. So all of this you can use a ruler and make them all nice and straight. Like I said, I'm going for a cartoony 80s feel, 80s 90s feel, so that's why I just freehanded most of this. Now just add the finishing touches, and Walmart never looked this good, huh? So those are two very easy Walmart DIYs that anyone can do. Just get really creative with it, and you don't need that much material to do them. Let me know in the comment section down below which skirt you like the most, the acid wash or the color block. Rate, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, lovelies.